there is a controversy going on with regard to the lesbian and gay movements, okay, LGBTQ, etc. So people talk about it in a very intellectual manner, and culturally it is rooted behavior. And in the West, when people were trying to capture more and more cattle, which were the wealth at the time, the Greeks and Romans were going out to fight and to capture the cattle of the other places, and they will also control that area. Like people like Alexander and so many other kings like Caesar, etc. They were going and they were conquering and they were controlling and exploiting. At that time, Plato, one of the political philosophers, has written a book with the title States. States is the title. So when it comes to states or the government, the major rule is to acquire more and more land and cattle and other resources. So you have to go for fight, you have to dominate and control and intimidate and win the war and take the resources for the advantage of your own countrymen, like that. So that was the general culture. So when the Greeks and Romans went out, always fighting around their area, they started complaining that we need sex. For that, the government has prescribed a man can have sex with a man. Okay, so it is allowed politically and in the culturally it was sanctioned. Permission was given man to have relationship with a man. And what about the women who are in the castles? They need men, but women can satisfy by having sex with women, and that is a lesbianism. And from those cultures, when people have come, they also know about the history, and they have started developing a tendency to be a gay or a lesbian. Not everybody, but some of them. Okay, but it was considered in the cultured society as something which is abnormal and pathological. So the diagnostic statistical manual, which is followed by psychologists and psychiatrists, they have defined it as a lesbianism and gay as a mentally ill practice in DSM first and second and third. But later they found some of the even dignitaries and statesmen and very popular persons are having this kind of lesbianistic or gay relationships. So they thought it is not good. So they have applied pressure and they were dropped from DSM 4th and 5th. This is the historical development of being lesbian or gay as either a mental illness or not, because it is redefined as a personal choice, like having a coffee or tea or coke or whatever. Okay, that has happened in that culture. Whereas in Islamic countries, it was considered a sin and it is against nature and God. So they will be either killed or they will be kept in isolation in life sentence. There are 36 Islamic countries, their laws are regulating these behaviors. Whereas in India, after we have looked towards the West for knowledge, the language, etc., we also wanted to imitate the European or American culture. There is nothing wrong in wearing jeans or t-shirt by boys and girls, but they need not imitate to the level of becoming a lesbian or gay. But that has come, and the Supreme Court in US has said it is okay, and European countries also said it's okay. The church also said you can come to the church and get married, boy to boy and girl to girl. Okay. Whereas the same thing has been followed here, but initially objected, in Maharashtra, and later the case went to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has said it is okay. But now they are pressurizing the Supreme Court to say, to sanctify under the Marriage Act that man to man, woman to woman marriage is also okay, but the Supreme Court is not agreeing for that. This is the present condition. But imagine that a girl is a lesbian and she gets married and she is not at all interested in having sex with her husband. Or in another case, a man who is a gay gets married due to pressure from parents and the society, but he is not getting excited when he looks at his wife, but he gets excited when he is with the boyfriend. Then he is under pressure and the wife is also under pressure, and there is no treatment available in the Western countries. In the Islamic countries, it is punishment, life sentence or capital punishment. But in India, now it has been legalized. You can choose, but you should not get married. So that is the condition. But take the case of a couple who got into marriage, but one of them is a lesbian and they are not able to consummate, okay? Or the man is a gay and he is not interested in having sex, or he is afraid, or he is not at all aroused with his wife who is a female, but he is used to have sex with a male. These things are going on, okay? And these things cannot be swept under the carpet. So there are behavioral techniques which can help a person to get mainstream. A lesbian can become heterosexual, a gay can become heterosexual. For that, there are technologies available in behavior technology.